At least tell me what you would have me say to her. If you would have me tell her the truth, then you must provide clear instructions. Otherwise, I was wondering when you'd grace my halls, little star. Perhaps someday you'll understand my little nickname for you. But for now, I bid you revel in your ignorance. Do you not enjoy wondering what it might mean? Precisely. I would not darken the inquisitive glimmer in your eyes with the straight answer. Keep wondering, my little star, and share with me your every guess. I look forward to hearing every single one. You worry you might distract me from my duties. My dear, when the gods give me a star to sit by my side, I would only be a fool to look to the heavens. Of course you wish to know why I summoned you here. Indeed, there is plenty you can help me with. Why, your very existence is a blessing in itself. I am certain Her Royal Highness would agree, of course. Nevertheless, I did not summon you here for any of your surely tiresome tasks as a knight. Instead, I would ask that you assist me with my work. Here we have the tools of my trade, if you will. Where you use your sword and shield, I use these cards and relics. There are 12 cards, face down, of course. Alongside them, you see these bottles. They each contain a divine relic. Now, I ask you to kindly select one of these bottles. No need to dwell on it too much. Just choose whichever one you feel your heart is drawn to, my little star. Oh, you're torn. However so, my dear. I see. So your attention was first drawn by the starlight, but rather than be your choice, it instead guided you to choose another. That is hardly nonsensical at all, my little star. Now tell me, which did it bid you to choose? How very intriguing. Now tell me, which of these piles of cards do you feel a strong connection to? Again, no need to dwell on the matter. Simply make your choice without fear or hesitation. That one? Amorelia, the goddess of love. Intriguing indeed. And which card do you feel as though you would be loath to select, my dear? Be not afraid, my little star. I understand your concerns, but alas, we must face our fears. Rest assured that I will be by your side, and I will protect you. Well, as much as a diviner can protect an armed knight, that is. Now tell me, which of these cards caused you such distress, my dear? I see. Truina, the goddess of temperance. Very well, my little star. Come sit. I shall make us some tea and explain to you what you've just learned from me. Although you must forgive me for my deception. I admit, even I could not foresee just how tiresome this task would be for my little star. As you know, each night I prepare a report of the heavens for His Majesty. Granted, he does not always heed it, but it is nevertheless my duty. Tonight, however, was exceptional. The stars would not yield to me. I saw nothing. Instead, they bade me to seek you out, for they would speak only to you. Why, I cannot say, but such is the truth, my little star. That bottle of starlight, excellent guess of its contents, by the way, would appeal to you at first glance is no surprise, but it is intriguing that it would guide you. The bottle you did choose bore bark belonging to the anima tree. the sacred tree of life. That your heart would be drawn to it suggests that matters aren't taking root, and their roots are strong. It is unlikely that the events of this night shall be without consequences. Ah, you fear for me under the weight of my duty. Someone must bear the burden, my little star. Now, as for your cards, our heavens are divided into 12 gates, each gate corresponding to its deity. Each night, one gate is illuminated, and another is enshrouded. When a gate is illuminated, it means that its deity is offering us their blessing. When it's enshrouded, it means that that deity has turned away from us for the evening. The first card, the one you felt drawn to, corresponds to the gate of love. The goddess Amarelia is a fickle one, but she is true. Whatever shall unfold tonight, it will be done for love, however misguided it may be. The second card corresponds to the gate of Temperance, enshrouded in the dark. There are those whose actions will be unbridled, like unfettered beasts. Not you, my little star, but others. You must tread carefully, lest you be swept up in their tempest. Enough. You've already done enough for me. I would not trouble you further with the task of understanding the gods' fickle whims. Are you feeling better? I'm glad to hear it, my dear. Why will you not be affected by the enshrouded gate? Alas, the little star asks yet another question. Then you must know the answer already. Now, little star. If I gave you all the answers at once, what excuse would I have to see you again? Tell me, my dear, how go your affairs? I admit I have missed your company dearly since last we met. At the Stellar Festival, if I recall correctly, you were as radiant as the stars in the heavens that night. Ah, but I do not flatter you at all, my little star. I do recall you were pleased to see the lanterns, were you not? As your smile was enough to illuminate every gate in the heavens at once. But please, do tell me about your affairs. I see. His Majesty has changed, and Her Highness fears for her brother. I have heard whispers among the knights, of course. But I must ask you, my dear, do not busy yourself overmuch with royal affairs. You are something far greater than a knight. You are a star, brilliant and bright. You must not allow the king's volatile nature to dull your shine, my dear. You wish to know the origins of the Stellar Festival. And you won't take a riddle for an answer. Very well, my dear. But it is a long tale. Would you like to listen to it? Or would you prefer an abridged explanation? Ah, of course. How foolish of me to think that you would settle for anything less but the story in its entirety. Very well, my inquisitive little star. Make yourself comfortable and listen. I will revive the fire in the meantime. Once upon a time, two lovers met beneath a full moon. The heaven's gates were radiant and bright, and so the man asked for his beloved's hand in marriage, that they may remain together for eternity in a blessed union. The woman was gentle of heart, and loved him true, but she feared his words may be sweeter than his love. Thus she made him a request. She would marry him and love him for all eternity, but before the 6th year of their marriage, he must give her a star from the heavens. If he did not, she would surely die of heartbreak. Ah, you think the lady is demanding, my dear? Perhaps, but lovers have done much and more for one another. Now, don't interrupt me, little star. The goddess of patience would disapprove of your interruptions, you know. The young man loved his bride dearly, and so he resolved to make her wish come true. Each night, he would stand beneath the skies and watch the stars. He would pray to the gods to send him a star from the heavens, that he may keep his word. But they paid him no heed. He attempted to climb, to fly, to snatch a star from the skies so that his love would know that he loved her true. But each night, he would return empty-handed and resolve to resume his search the following night. Until the 6th year came, and the young man's beloved grew ill with heartbreak. So sweet had been his words, and yet their home was darker than the deepest shroud. For he had not kept his word to her. As she lay in his arms, frail and frightened, the young man wept. He asked her how she would still doubt his love when he had spent each and every night in pursuit of her one wish. But she could no longer speak. Her body had grown weary with worry for him that he would not return home until dawn, and her heart had grown heavy with hurt at his abandonment of her each evening. As her eyes closed, the young man cried to the heavens once more. He cursed the stars and the gates they illuminated, and he cursed the gods that kept him from lying at his beloved's side each night to watch the moon's light on her beautiful face. In that moment, the goddess of love descended from the heavens and spoke to the young man. "Thy lover," she said, "had never once sought the stars that decorated the skies. She had already found the stars in thine eyes, and she wished only for a child to bear the same sparkle in their eyes. In thy pursuit of a radiant flame, thou hast abandoned thy lover to the anguish of solitude, warmed only by a flickering ember." The young man wept and wept. He swore he had not known, that she should have said, that his love had been true, but the goddess denied him his every claim. For so shallow was his love that he had failed to truly know his lover. Only when she lay lifeless in his arms did he come to know how dearly he loved her. But the goddess of mercy had illuminated her gate that night, and so she rewarded him for his repentance and his lover for her patience. From the stars in the heavens, she created for them a child to call their own, to forever bear the blessings of the gods. Thus were the children of starlight brought to the world, bearing their first father's sparkling eyes and their first mother's gentle heart. They would walk the land in love and return to the heavens in love. Each year, we celebrate that miracle in the Stellar Festival. We offer prayers to the gods and pray that the children of the stars will forever walk among us. Of course, now it's considered a myth, but the choice to believe it is your own, my little star. Ah, you've fallen asleep, my dear. Of course. You must be wary. Perhaps I ought to cover you. What to do, what to do. Ah, this blanket should do nicely. Sleep, my little star. Swim through the sky and dance among your sisters and brethren. Seek the answers that lie in the moon's darkness, and shine your radiant light upon them until your curiosity is sated. Sleep, and all shall be well when you awaken. Until then, I will keep my vigil here by your side.